Hi there everyone, Beta Voxel here, and one of you requested that I highlighted single-player commands, a mod that doesn't add any features necessarily to the game, but it's a very, very helpful mod, and I've used it in all of my mod highlight videos, so I thought we'd take a look at it. So single-player commands obviously adds commands to your single-player worlds. These commands can do a bunch of different things, and we'll take a look at the most useful ones. We probably won't get into all of them, because some of them can be really technical, and it's outside the scope of this video. And just so we're aware, single-player commands also comes bundled with another mod called World Edit. And World Edit is also very, very helpful and very useful, but we're not going to dive into that too much into this video. So once you install single-player commands, if you hit the T button on your keyboard, you'll open up this console menu where you can put in all of your commands, and if we type in the word help, we'll see that it opens up a list of all of the available commands in the mod. There's a bunch of different ones, and I think we'll just kind of go through them randomly, maybe in the order of most important. And I think the first one that I want to do is pretty basic, pretty easy. It's just fly. So if we hit T and we type in fly, we will now be able to fly around the world, and it's pretty useful. Now what you can do as a parameter for the fly command, if you type in fly and then give a number, so we'll say 5, we're now flying at the speed of 5, so we're a lot faster now. And you can do that with any number, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's a limit or not, but here's fly 10, then we can lower it back down to fly 3. And if we just put in the fly command again while we're already flying, it will turn flight off. Now, I guess a little side effect of using the fly command, as you can hear, is that whenever you stop flying and you hit the ground again, it's like all of your footsteps will kind of catch up with you, kind of like you're going down a staircase. And that's just one of the side effects of using that command. Another really useful command is the give command. You can see that I don't have too many items currently installed, so I can't just pull items out of thin air right here. But what I can do is type in the give command. So if I give myself 164, you'll see that gives me a stack of clean stone. And this uses item IDs, so if you have a list of Minecraft's item IDs pulled up, for instance, I can give myself a stack of TNT, so that would be give 4664, and now we have a stack of TNT. Oh, right, sorry, I'm not used to the new changes yet. I was gonna blow that up. Let's see if I can put that. Would that work? It would work. And there we have a stack of TNT that we've given to ourselves. Another very useful command that we can use is called Instant Mine, and just like it sounds, it allows us to instantly mine any blocks. I've got it turned on right now, so you can see I'm just punching this grass, and it's turning into dirt. That goes for everything. And again, just instant mine. I'll turn it on and off. There you go, it's turned off. No spaces, by the way, when you're doing any of these commands. You have to type them out in one full word. But again, we've got instant mine turned off. And talking about some of the things it can do to you as a player, just like instant mine, we can also do instant kill. So if we turn that on, we've got instant kill on. So if I go over here and punch this chicken, it should die with one hit. There we go. Let's see if we can find something else. You know what, this is a perfect reason to use one of the other commands, which is the spawn command. So we can use spawn, and then we would choose an entity to spawn. So for this, I'm going to say a pig. So we're going to do spawn pig, and then you can choose, you could end it right here, and it would just spawn a pig somewhere around you. But what you can also do is you type in it again, spawn pig. You can choose the amount of pigs that you want to spawn. So if I did 10, it's now spawned 10 pigs around me. And with our instant kill command, we can just punch all of these pigs to death. Another command that I often use is the damage command. It's essentially like turning on God mode, where you can or can't take damage. So if I type in damage right here, damage is now off. So if I were to, for example, let's just jump off here. You'll see that I take no fall damage from this because damage is off. and that applies to mobs as well. Taking damage from any enemies or explosions or anything else, you are completely immune to all damage. Now, as you can see, it's turned nighttime here in the world, which I don't want it to be. It's not great for the mod highlights, so we can show off another command here that's very helpful. If I don't want it to be nighttime, I can type in the time command, so just time, and then we set the parameter. For this instance, I want it to be day, so time day, and now it is daytime. Now, of course, we can do the opposite, so we can type in time night, and it will go back to nighttime. Let's keep it at day. But also, there's another very useful world command we can do, which is the weather command. So if we type in weather, and then we decide the variable we want it to be, we can do rain. And rain has been turned on, and now it's raining. And if we don't want it to be raining anymore, we can type in time, or sorry, not time, weather, sun. And that will get rid of all the rain. You can see it lightening up there. You can also do weather thunder. And now it's a thunderstorm. I'm sure we'll see some lightning eventually here. But you get the idea. You can change the weather, you can change the time. You can affect the world as you see fit. So let's go ahead and turn this back off. I've brought us here for our next command, where I've got this painting laid out. I haven't used this command much, but I imagine it can be pretty useful if you're building something and you need a specific painting. If you don't want to go through the hassle of trying to place and break over and over until you get the painting you want, you can use the cycle painting command. So cycle painting while you're looking at a painting, and it will change the painting throughout its different painting. Oh, I keep putting time. Cycle painting. There we go. So you can see it will just change the painting, and you can run this command over and over. Now, you might be wondering, wouldn't it be easier just to break and place this painting instead of having to type a bunch of different keystrokes to do that? And you would be right, but what this mod allows you to do is bind a certain command to a key on your keyboard, which makes things a whole lot more streamlined, a whole lot easier. And to do that, you use the bind ID command. So you would type in bind ID, and on the MCF page, they have this image of a keyboard and its corresponding key codes. So you can't just type in like the letter I. If I wanted to bind the letter I on my keyboard to this command, I have to put in the ID of the key code. And for I, that would be 23. So bind ID 23, and then the command we want to use, which is cycle painting. And then if your command has any arguments like fly with the speed, then you put that in here, but this one doesn't. So just bind ID, cycle command, it's completed, and that should allow us to get closer to the painting. There we go. So I'm pressing the I key on my keyboard to cycle through all of the paintings right now. And you can see that works pretty well. Our next command is also pretty useful. I'd imagine if you're doing a lot of building or you're just trying to navigate your world. And that is the ascend and also the descend command. So I guess two commands. As you can see here, I've got this platform above me. And if I type in ascend, oh, spelled it wrong, there we go. I will be brought up to the next layer of this platform. And I think I can run that command again to go on top of this glass here. Yep, I can. And then I can type in the descend command, and that will take me down a layer. So very useful for navigating your world. Our next command I'm going to show off with the help of burning down this barn again. And I guess this could save you if you ever have an incident with fire in your world. So if we set this barn on fire, you'll see the fire starts spreading and everything. We can go to nearby the fire, or we can just extinguish it from any distance if we use a certain command. But for this instance, we'll just be extinguishing this nearby fire. And we'll type in extinguish. And there we go. That's all there is to the command. If you want to extinguish all fire, you would just do extinguish all. But as you can see, all the fire nearby has been extinguished, and we've saved the barn from burning down this time. That doesn't mean we've saved the barn in its entirety, though. Our next command is going to be the explode command. This will cause an explosion at our location. So all we have to do is type in explode, and then we can set the size of the explosion. So I guess we'll do explosion 5 for now. And that sets off an explosion with the radius of 5. Of course, we could do something even larger. I guess we could double this and do explode 10. And that is a pretty massive explosion there, as you can see. So I imagine you could have some fun with that. And I guess while we're here, we can take a look at another command. I was going to kind of save this for later, but we're going in random order anyway, so might as well. This is the cannon command, which is a pretty fun one. So if we type in cannon, and then we can set the strength of the cannon. So I guess we'll do 5 again to start with. You'll see it throws a TNT with the intensity of 5, and the intensity refers to the throw speed or strength, I guess. So you can see it was pretty fast with the with just 5. So let's try to throw it up here so you can see how far it goes. Yeah, so doing 5 is already a lot. We could aim probably all the way up there with that. Oh, yeah, I don't even know where that went. So you probably want to set that a little bit lower. Let's cannon 1. There you go. It throws a TNT over there. Now, let's say for some reason you've sent off TNT. I guess it's going to be a little bit harder to do accidentally now that we have to use redstone components to set off TNT. But for some reason, somehow you've sent off a piece of TNT and you don't want it to blow up. Fortunately, whenever you hit the T button, it pauses the game. So if I were to do the cannon command, and then I quickly hit the T button, you'll see the game is paused and the TNT is about to ignite, but we can use the defuse command, and that will turn the TNT back into an item we can pick up. So you can kind of save yourself from any unfortunate explosions in your world if you change your mind about setting off a piece of TNT. I'm going to do a combo of 2 commands because of our circumstance for this next one. And the first command we're going to do is heal, to heal up this little bit of damage that we've got. So type in heal. We have to set a number of heal that we want to do. And I guess, I don't know if this is like by half hearts or full hearts, but we're just going to put in heal 6. And that will heal us all the way up. You can play around with that, see how much heal, what number of heal it actually gives you. When you mess around with it. But the next one we're going to look at is the home command, which will teleport us to our spawn point. I don't actually know where this is going to take me. I've got a ton of beds all over this world that I use when I'm playing it. So I guess we'll see where this puts me, but we'll do home. Oh, this one just took me straight to the spawn point of the world. So I guess it doesn't take you to your bed spawn point. I guess I got that wrong, but you ever want to revisit the spawn point of your world, there you go. I guess another way you could reach the actual bed spawn point that you've set is by using the kill command, of course. So just type in kill. Oh, I've got damage off. There we go. There we go. Now type in kill. And that will kill me. And I can respawn back at the last bed I slept at. So it took us back to our village here. Pretty useful, although I guess if you don't want to die, probably don't want to use that. Likely be better just to fly back to where you were. Another really interesting one, I guess you could say, kind of just a fun one, is the Atlantis command. And I think we'll spawn in some more pigs to show this one off. We've got 10 pigs here, and then we'll do Atlantis, and this will turn on Atlantis mode. And what that does is it acts as if everything is underwater. So you can see I'm kind of floating around right here. You could kind of imagine that this whole place is is underwater, and that's kind of the movement right here. It will also take any mobs with you, as you can see. So all of these pigs and this dog are floating And if we turn, let me turn damage off. If we turn the Atlantis command off, you'll see that it drops us all to the floor. So you want to be careful when you use that one, although it is pretty fun. Again, there are so many commands in this mod that if we went over each of them in depth, I think we'd be here all day. So I'm going to give you a handful more, and then we'll head on out of here. And the first one that I want to take a look at is the teleport command. So if you just type in TELE, and then you put in some coordinates, so I guess we'll just do 100 all across the board, and that'll teleport us somewhere out here. I don't know where we are. But if you had a specific coordinate you wanted to teleport to, this would be very useful. If you make a mistake, or if you don't know where you are when you teleport, you can use the return command. So return, and that'll teleport us back to the exact place that we teleported from. So you can kind of go back and forth. Very, very useful. The last few, I just want to do some of the more fun commands in this mod. So I've got this cow here, and we can use, if we get him in our line of sight here, and then we use the ride command, we can now ride the cow. You can see it tells you to use ride again to unmount him. But you can do this with any entity in the game, I'm pretty sure. So we are just riding the cow and letting him take us wherever we want. And of course, we can do ride again. That'll take us off of him. The next fun command is the super punch. So we'll type in super punch. And then we need to put in a distance, so I guess we'll do 10. And if we come over here and punch this cow... Oh, we have instant kill on. Oops. He got pushed pretty far there. Let's spawn another one. Spawn a few of them. See if we can do this a little bit better. There we go. Looks like you can go pretty intense with super punch here. Super punch 50. There we go. Now we're really knocking them back. Oh my god. I don't even know how that happened. I think it wanted to... I don't know how that's happening in that direction. Doesn't seem to happen over here. Maybe it's just kind of weird the way it works, but there's super punch. Feel bad for the cow. For our final command, I wanted to do another fun one. And this is the slippery command. And the slippery command allows you to take any block of your choosing and make it slippery. So I've got these note blocks in my hand, and what we can do with those is if we type in the slippery command, so slippery, and then the ID of the block that you want to make slippery. So for this instance, a note block is 25, and then the degree of slipperiness, which I guess we'll just make 3 for now. So if we place down these note blocks and run across them, you'll see that they are slippery and they push me off. 3 is already a lot. I didn't expect that. So maybe if we turn that down a little bit, 25, let's do like 1. See if that's any better. There we go. So 1, I think 1's like ice, or at least close to it. But as you saw, it can get pretty crazy. So if we turn this up to 50, now we step on it. Oh, wow. You know what? Let's take this up to the top of the world and see how far we can launch ourselves. Okay, I'm on the roof of this building I've made, and I've got the note blocks lined up here. I did try this with slippery level 50, but that crashed the game. So we've turned it down all the way to 10, because if we remember, 3 was already a lot. So I guess let's just see how far this will launch us. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And that's slippery level 10, so I guess there's your reference point for how potent that one can be. But I think we'll wrap it up here. And that was the single-player commands mod. If you enjoyed this, I've left a link to it, of course, in the description. So check it out. Let me know if you try it for yourself. And I know there's a bunch of commands that we didn't go over in this video. You'll have to understand that there's so many of them. So I hope you'll excuse me for that one. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.